Okay, so just got back from seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp, the new Marvel movie. This review will probably be pretty short because I really don't have that many intelligent things to say about it. Basically, the takeaway was it was a fun movie and I enjoyed it a lot. You know, it's nothing super great, but it was a fun little movie and I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, other than that, what else to say? Well, yeah, I guess comment briefly on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So at this point, I was kind of almost there before, but after seeing Avengers Infinity Wars, I've essentially just given in. I'm a convert now to Marvel. I mean, you know, I was always kind of interested in it, but like, 10 years ago when these movies first started coming out, I was only kind of vaguely interested. Like, I would catch them on video like 2 years after they came out or something. But this cinematic universe has just been getting more and more interconnected, more and more interesting, and I'm at the point now where I just say, okay, I officially give up. Marvel, you can have my money. Just whenever a new movie comes out now, I want to see it. I was almost that way before, but I was really impressed by Avengers Infinity War. I'm very impressed by how all these movies are kind of linking in together, and they generally do a good job. I don't really think I've seen a bad Marvel movie yet, but some of them are like, wow, just kind of blow you away. And some of them are just like, yeah, that was a fun little movie. And I think Ant-Man and the Wasp is like, yeah, that was a fun little movie. It's not going to blow you away or anything, but, it's a fun little movie. It's worth the price of admission. I guess if I did have to make a complaint, so these Ant-Man movies, this one and the previous one, kind of have a bit more of a humorous vibe to them than the other Marvel movies. Well, I don't know. A lot of the Marvel movies have kind of a humorous vibe to them. But Guardians of the Galaxy is also humorous. Thor Ragnarok was also humorous. Okay, a lot of them are humorous. But Ant-Man as well. It's supposed to be kind of a whimsical, kind of fun thing. And it was... But I know this sounds like a stupid thing to complain about, but it wasn't spectacular. Like, it was funny, but it wasn't hilarious. I guess I was hoping for something more, like kind of funnier jokes. I think, there was a lot of jokes. Some of them got a chuckle out of me, but there was nothing like real hilarious moments in there. And I guess I was kind of hoping for more. I wonder a bit, because, these Marvel movies, they're all on a production line now, right? It's this big kind of assembly line. I wonder, action sequences they're not easy, but, anybody who's technical can make them. They're pretty standard in the movie industry. But making a movie funny, I mean, you can't rush that stuff. You've got to have a lot of talent, and humor just doesn't come on a timeline. So I'm wondering if perhaps the fact that these Marvel movies are such like a production, a factory production now, means that you have a lot of movies that are kind of funny, but you're not going to get anything real hilarious just because humor is difficult, and you can't just do it on command the way you would kind of stage an action sequence. So that was my major complaint. It's not really even a complaint because it was serviceable. The jokes were funny enough, but I wanted more. It wasn't hilarious, and I thought maybe some of the jokes got built up a little bit too much. Like, there are music cues and kind of reaction shots for jokes that maybe didn't deserve that much build-up. That complaint aside, though, I enjoyed it. There certainly Actually, sorry, one more note on this humor thing. There were a lot of funny people attached to the film. Paul Rudd is a very funny guy. Michael Pena, am I pronouncing his name right? P-A-N-A. He plays Luis, kind of Ant-Man's buddy who's in the business. He's a very, very funny actor. And then Walton Goggins, I believe is his name. The guy who was in Hateful Eight and who was also in Justified. He is just great in this. He was really one of the highlights of the movie. He's always fun to watch. Everything I've seen him in, he's always good in. But he was just really great in this. The director obviously knew how to use him. There were some scenes where he was just allowed to kind of chew up the scenery in a really delightful way. Yeah, he was just a lot of fun. So there were a lot of talented and funny people involved in this movie. I just think the writing let them down a little bit. This was kind of an interesting Marvel movie. Transitioning topics now. This was kind of an interesting Marvel movie in that the stakes weren't really all that high. There wasn't like a bad guy who wanted to kill everyone. There wasn't really even much of a bad guy. Sorry, I'm going into spoilers here. Spoilers. There was Ghost, but Ghost really didn't want to hurt anybody. Ghost just wanted to find a cure. Ghost kind of flirted with the idea of kind of hurting people if she didn't get what she wanted, but that wasn't really her real agenda. Lawrence Fishburne's character, what was his name? Bill Fisher? Was Fishburne's character named Fisher, or am I don't know. He was kind of holding her back so that she wasn't able to really hurt anyone. So about kind of halfway through the movie, I realized that there wasn't really a real villain here. There was Ghost, who wasn't really a real villain, and then there was the FBI, and then there was kind of Walter Goggins' character and the mafia type people. But those aren't real villains in a superhero movie. And I thought, oh boy, this could be pretty boring. I mean, like, how are they going to make this into a big, exciting, fun climax? But then they made it into a big, exciting, fun climax. I mean, that was a fun climax at the end with the car chase and, going big and going small and kind of all that craziness and the jumping around. That, I was skeptical that they'd be able to pull it off, but they pulled it off in a really fun kind of chase climax scene at the end. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, what else did I want to say about this movie? You know what? I'm not sure I've got a lot of other intelligent things to say. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed it a lot. Wasn't spectacular or wasn't hilarious, but funny enough. I recommend it. Okay, I'm going to just finish here.